brief survey of my home and the bookshelves there is going to turn up 17 copies of the Bible, ranging from a first grade primer I bought for my 8-year-old before she entered school to an academic concordance I inherited from my grandfather. And the interesting thing about that is I'd never actually read any of them from cover to cover, despite having been a churchgoer and a Christian for 40 years. And that, I think, is not uncommon of today's Christian. We have the background, we have the history, and we understand the general story, but we've never actually made it all the way through the Bible and understood where all of that story originates. And that's not for lack of effort. I've made the attempt to read it on at least 4 or 5 separate occasions since I was a young adult without having made it all the way through. And I think what's different this time is being able to participate in a group of others, to have the outside impetus of the Bible Challenge, to offer up a goal, to have a clear curriculum set up about what to read on any given day. But also, I read it a little bit differently this time. So whereas in the past I had started with Genesis and struggled through some of the verbiage there, this time I began in the New Testament and came to understand what the story was and what the ending was going to be before I went back and found all the background. I'd like to convey that the Bible Challenge is something that, as Christians, it indicates the seriousness with which we understand our creed and are able to understand it and internalize it for ourselves and then explain it to others when asked about it. So if you're looking for a way to pick up a document that's challenged you in the past, I encourage you to participate in the Bible Challenge. Participate not just with yourself, but also with a spouse or a family member or with members of your church or community, so that you can get together and have someone to mark your experience with, to ask questions of, and everybody can celebrate together when they get to the end.